Stephen Markwell. I work for the commercial bank. So it's one of our 6 lines of business. We cover clients from tech and disruptive commerce, innovation economy, all the way up to several billion in top line revenue. And my role in the commercial bank is heading up product strategy, fintech partnerships, and our digital development teams. We're like many companies, we're on a journey to be more innovative. Over the last several years, we've taken a much bigger emphasis on design and on customer research and on making the customer a much bigger part of how we source ideas, working with our clients to help them kind of inform the design of our solutions, test our solutions so that when we go to market, we have a much stronger product market fit. So, I think the pivot towards design heavy and customer research and making them part of the entire process has definitely been a pivot of ours that's been super valuable. We've also crossed our several lines of business spanning consumer and community banking, corporate and investment banking, markets management, et cetera. All of these businesses have stood up their own versions, innovation accelerators, labs, incubators, garages, call them what you like. But they all have similar goals. And, one of those goals is to build a broader, deeper pipeline of those Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 ideas, not the incremental product enhancements, but truly new business models, new markets. And they're doing that by hiring talented, diverse team members that have diversity of experience and diversity of skill sets, people with entrepreneurial backgrounds and interests, and bringing them in to kind of build and curate this pipeline of innovative, disruptive ideas. So that's one part of most of these labs. And then the other part is this kind of lab infrastructure that helps us accelerate the testing of product market fit and ultimately accelerate the deployment of innovative ideas. And so it looks a little different across businesses, but it typically includes a multidisciplinary team with an agile facilitator, individuals that are focused on customer research, visual design, data science, technology architecture, and sometimes a team of AWS full stack developers. And so these teams tackle everything from concept sprints to low fidelity prototyping to fully functional prototypes to proof of concepts with their clients. And it's the overarching goal is to build a pipeline of broader pipeline of innovative ideas and then accelerate our speed to market in terms of testing them. We're doing a lot of disrupt ourselves exercises. So just thinking through, like if we were to start, a startup today to disrupt the bank, what would we do? And we're testing some of those ideas and not waiting for them to come in. We have a lot of centers of excellence focused on everything from the functional side of like design thinking to AI and ML to blockchain and to data. And so those centers of excellence are used by the labs, the incubators, and the business to kind of accelerate speed to market for some of those solutions. Our lines of business operate somewhat independently. I mean, we coordinate on opportunities where that makes sense, but each of them are serving different markets. Consumer community banking, over 60 million consumers, millions of small businesses. And so the infrastructure they need is often like a little different than a Fortune 50 company and what you need to serve them. And so they have their own versions of labs and incubators that go by different names. But, one common theme across all of them, I think, is, addressing what is the biggest constraint we face at the bank, which is speed, called Onyx, which brings together a number of blockchain and digital currency assets that we've been testing in the market. One of them is called Link, Link, and Link was basically several years ago we were one of the first banks to take the Ethereum platform, bring that open source in-house, and to make it stronger from a security perspective. So instead of making it public network, it was a private network, and to make it faster to process payments. So it wasn't very fast to begin with. And then we published that in an open source format and called it Quorum. So that was one of our first things that we did. And we used Quorum to test many different use cases, a dozen different use cases from payments to market settlements, et cetera. We now sold Quorum so that it could be, to a company that could better manage all the different kind of open source needs of it. But we're using Quorum for Link as an example. And Link has a number of different applications tied to it where we're testing everything from like payment to market settlement, et cetera. And there's lots written on it, but we have over 400 some odd banks participating in Link and leveraging it to verify payments. But many more, I think of Link as kind of a platform that's leveraging Quorum. And that platform will have many different applications. So today we have a handful of applications live, many others are being tested. So that's a big piece of Onyx. Onyx also has a blockchain innovation accelerator. This is for new use cases. Fintechs are in the blockchain space. We can bring them in and test use cases. We can test use cases with them. But it's a big team and a big area of investment for us. I mean, we launched the J.P. Morgan coin, and we're continuing to think about what other types of coins make sense. There's talk of other coins that could replace a US dollar issued by authorities. And we're spending time thinking about what we're comfortable doing from a crypto perspective, to serve our clients and from a markets perspective. But our bigger focus has really been on blockchain and the JPM coin for now, from a payments perspective.